Intertalk Radio, your in to all things music.
Welcome to Music Gear Talk. Discover the tech that inspires the pros and powers today's music industry.
Oh, yeah, it's another episode of Music Gear Talk on the mighty Intertalk Radio. Connect to all things music as well as the music industry talk show leader. My name is Florentino, and I'm actually here with my co-host, Paul Berezeski. Oh, he's not on yet.
Mike Cedric.
Oh, there we go. I don't think Cedric knew that you were going to jump in.
No, he did not. Surprise.
Surprise, we're here. And of course, this is our NAMM specials. We're going through and talking to a lot of the cool companies that are going to be previewing new gear at NAMM. And in this episode, this is going to be a very cool one. This company's been around for a little while. We've got Dan Roberts and for Manhasset Stands at manhassetstands.com. That's spelled MANHASSETSTANDS. I'm sorry, .com. And just wanted to bring Dan on. Dan, say hello to everybody.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
We are good. Paul, you doing all right, man?
I'm hanging in there.
Very good. Yes.
Great.
It's a rough 70 degrees out there.
We life is hard here, and we're in San Diego, California, and have a good time here. And we've had some great companies on, and your company's been doing this for quite a while. You've been in business since 1935, and you make all your great products here. Tell us a bit about the company. How did it get started, and how did you get into the business yourself?
Okay, well, firstly, the company was started when the founder and inventor, Otto Lagerwall, wasn't happy with the quality of music stands that he had seen on the market. He was a band director and taught as well. And so he designed a music stand that would do the job the way he wanted it to be done. And he effectively got that design moving forward in 1935. And at the time, they were located in Manhasset, Long Island, New York. So there was a lot of people interested in the design that Otto had come up with. And as a result, he buckled down and started making music stands from that day forward, and has been just a great history for the company dating back over 82 years now. In the early 40s, the Lagerwalls decided to relocate their business from Long Island, New York to Yakima, Washington, where the company has been. Yeah, it's a little bit, but he was an outdoorsman, and it really appealed to him to relocate here. And it's worked out very well because we have a really great workforce available to us, and the company has really prospered over the years since that early invention.
Well, hey, I must say that I was in band in school, and I've got a few years on me, so it goes way back. And based on what I'm seeing from the stands, that's the stands that we used in jazz band and marching band and all that fun stuff when we were doing practicing. Just wanted to ask you, what was the differences between the stands that he made versus what they had before?
Well, many of them were wire stands. There were some that were wood stands. They didn't hold the music at an angle very, and there wasn't really any flexibility in the viewing angle that was built into those designs. So that was one of the first things, as well as the stability to have that music stand. You be confident it's going to stay where you have it. And then the biggest thing is the design of the shaft for the height that the music is set to was something that he felt needed to be done without having to turn a button or a lever or do that kind of thing. So that the design features our magic figure clutch, and so you can lift that up to the height that you'd like to have it be, and it'll stay there, holding up to about 8 pounds or so. Those things made it a much better stand for his purposes as well as many, many musicians. You mentioned that the schools, it's very likely that children have used Manhasset music stands. We have a tremendous market share when it comes to that amount of business, but you'll also see Manhasset music stands in recording studios and on symphony stages, operas. Many, many arenas are using the Manhasset music stands because they last and they perform, and that's what you want them to do.
Did you have those kind of stands when you were in school, Paul?
I think so. I'm a guitar player, so you know the joke is, how do you get a guitar player to turn down? Put sheet music in front of him.
I don't know if that still works for you, man. But
so that's another role of music stands. If your guitar player is too loud, just throw one of these in front of him. A bunch of sheet music. He'll turn his volume right down. But yeah, you see these. I think in fact we have them probably next door at the.
Oh yeah, actually that's right. Our station is right next to a church, and they actually have. Well, I've in different churches I've been in, I know that they use these because this design is very specific, and it's. I'm not just saying it's my favorite design for music stands. We've got those portable ones, and those things are terrible.
They're terrible. I mean, it's good that they're portable and you could shove them somewhere. But yeah, when you're actually busting them out for a gig, especially if you're outdoors and it's windy, forget it.
Oh yeah, dude, those are the worst. So yeah, I mean, I can testify. I'm 52 years old now, and when I was in elementary school, going back, these were the stands that you had, and you, like you said, you just pull them up and you push them down, and they always keep. You never have to turn knobs or twist things, and same thing goes for the actual holder, that you can just push it backwards and forwards. So, kudos to you guys, man. This is very cool stuff, and you guys kind of have a special business arrangement. You are employee owned, right?
We are. The company back in the early 90s was there was a transaction that went through, and it made the company an employee stock owned plan. So the company is an ESOP, and all of our full-time employees are co-owners of the company with management. Everyone has a vested interest in the company's performance and results. And for me, this was new. I joined the company about a little over 3 years ago or so, but I'd always felt in my management life that there could be no better situation than an employee-owned company where everybody has a stake in how well the company takes care of its customers and the production quality, those kinds of things. And I couldn't have been more correct in what was my assumption. We have a great group of people, and there's no concern if someone is out sick or holiday, whatever the case may be. We've got people that'll jump in and take care of that business in addition to their own functions that they have to do. So just a wonderful situation. And it's been quite a good thing for our employees over the years. When they are able to retire, there's a nice nest egg that the company's helped them build.
Wow, that's awesome. It's inspiration for us. We're still a small organization right now, just a couple of owners. We're out there making it happen. Although we're the leader in this field, but that's because we've taken a big deep focus on the music industry. So that's definitely an inspiration there. And you guys have it seems like you've implemented a lot of cool things. I'm reading that you guys also have lifetime warranty on the products.
We do. One of the things that the company has obviously had more competition come from overseas, from Asia. Price points on the portable stands are very low, and for us, we identified the need to provide better services, more of an opportunity for the consumer to know that they're going to have a good quality product that they're going to be able to use for many, many years. So I guess around 2012, we completed a couple of upgrades to the components of our products, as well as the manufacturing processes. And prior to that time, we'd had a 10-year warranty, and at that time, we decided to move to a lifetime warranty. And I can tell you that as a consumer, how can you get a better guarantee for a product purchase than that? And in this kind of a price point, it's unheard of.
Yeah,
but I can tell you this, we were able to do it because we just don't have any returns to speak of. It is very, very infrequent that we have any kind of a consumer problem with our products at all. I'm very proud to say.
Yeah, we I found that probably about the only thing we need to do at the church I used to serve at, which was in they were in a elementary school. We just have to tighten the bottoms every so often, just loosen up a little bit. That's about the only thing that you have to do. They always, I'm surprised too, because the pneumatic process I would think would go away after a while. But man, these things go for, I would imagine they bought those probably 20, 30 years ago, the school that we're at.
Yeah.
And they're still going, man.
Not uncommon. Not uncommon at all. We have band directors that come by various events and say, I've got some stands that I know are 50 years old that are continuing to work and be used.
Now, the great thing about the durability and the rugged construction that nowadays you see a lot of people use music stands. It's not, a book on there. It's like a $1,500, tablet.
Tablet.
It's like what are the iPad or something. A lot of people are using. You don't want that thing falling over.
For sure. With
that in mind, though, are you looking at any? Some people will just have some kind of like a iPad holder that it's everything's kind of going more technological. Are you kind of anticipating anything like that with digital, pads versus books? Any kind of special planning for that?
Well, absolutely. We've been working on a number of ideas for use in the future, and currently we do have a tablet holder that is universal. In fact, this tablet holder can be adjusted to work for as small as a smartphone up to the iPad Pro 12.9 inch, I believe it is size. So, and that's very cool because one of the designs, you can use the current music stand that you have from Manhasset and just remove the top desk part and then put the tablet holder on top of there, and you're in business. So if you're using both sheet music and a tablet, that's an easy way to do that without having to have two different music stands altogether.
Well, that's very cool. We're actually going to be going into a break here, Dan. So I'm sorry, I was just swallowing there while I'm talking. Not a good thing to do. So let's go ahead and give the URL one more time, as well as the Facebook and other social media. So the URL is manhasset-specialty.com. And we'll be coming back here in a few short minutes, and we'll give the other ways to connect to Manhasset. Be right back.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
This is Jackie Bertoni from Jackie's Groove. Come join me weekly on my journey through the music business as I take you behind the velvet rope, interviewing industry notables such as Al Di Meola, Michael McDonald, and Al Jarreau, to name but a few. Listen to their stories on being in the studios recording #1 hits and onto the stages throughout the globe. Allow me to be your music historian. You can hear me live every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time or 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com. Ready to get your groove on?
Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on Intertalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
Make this your vinyl night. I'm John J.R. Robinson, and every week, music creation comes alive through stories, experiences, and sounds when vinyl records filled our hearts and minds. My friends and I share our tips and techniques used in creation of iconic tracks for recording artists such as Michael Jackson, Eric Clapton, Quincy Jones, and Steve Winwood, to name a few. Vinyl has emerged hot, and the soul of vinyl defines art and passion which burns deepest at night. Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on intertalkradio.com.
Welcome to Music Gear Talk. Discover the tech that inspires the pros and powers today's music industry.
All right, we are back to Music Gear Talk on Intertalk Radio Network, the leader in music business talk, and in this particular case, in Music Gear Talk. And they want you to connect to all things music there. Want to give a shout out to Pitbull Audio and SIR at SIR-USA.com. Thanks, guys, for always being so supportive of us. And make sure you download our app. We have one of those, right, Paul?
Yes.
Yes. So you can even find it on Android or iPhone.
You can't even say it. You can't even say
I know,
it.
I'm not the Apple fan, although I have an iPhone. But the Android and iPhone app stores. Also, you just click onto our website. It's right there on the front page. So download that fun things, and make sure you take a listen to all of our other shows that are going on. We got Jackie's Groove Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. We've got Making It with Terry Woolman at Wednesdays at 3 p.m. And Paul knows all those.
Intersect Tuesdays at 2.
Yeah, that's
Pacific.
actually coming up. And this is all Pacific Standard Time, of course. So we've got all these. We got all these great shows. I got 18 of them that we have on the network. We can't say them all.
Sharpen the Axe, my show.
Yeah, Sharpen the Axe with Paul. Paul, like you said, he's a guitar player. We need to put like 4 or 5 of your stands, Dan, in front of Paul so he can turn really down. He needs about 4 or 5 of them to turn down.
Sounds like a good use.
Keep his eyes occupied so he's not so, not so guitarist. But anyway, we've been talking with Manhasset. I always butcher names, man.
Manhasset.
Manhasset. And we've got Dan from Manhasset, and we've had a great time talking about the company, and really kind of inspired by the whole employee-owned element of it all. And what we were kind of alluding to before we went into the break is social media. How can people find you guys on social media?
Well, we have a Twitter account, so we're at Manhasset Stands there, and on Facebook, if you'll look for Manhasset Specialty Company, you can reach us there. And our website is manhassetstands.com or manhasset-specialty.com, and you can reach out to us, send us any comments, thoughts, whatever that may be. We welcome your input.
Awesome. Yes, folks, follow this company, because I think everybody who started music at least at some point in time played in a school and you've used one of their stands. So that's really cool. Well, speaking of that, product wise, you've brought a few new products to the marketplace in the last 3 years. Tell us about some of the new stuff that you guys have been bringing out, and what can we expect at NAMM?
I'll be happy to. At NAMM, we're going to be showing some new colors of music stands that we brought out in the middle of last year. They have a matte finish as opposed to a glossy finish. And that really was the recommendation or suggestion from some customers in Europe. They said, your stands are beautiful. And by the way, I think we have 16 different colors that we offer. But on stage, the lighting can reflect and be a little bit distracting. And so we developed a matte white finish, a matte gray finish, a matte red, and a matte blue. And they really look fantastic. In fact, we've had many other requests to look at other colors with a matte finish as opposed to the glossy finish. So we'll be showing those off at NAMM and bringing a couple of others to talk with our customers about. The colors music stands have grown tremendously for the company over the last few years especially. We've worked with our distributors and dealers to try to influence users of music stands, parents renting their first instrument for their child, to get them a good music stand for use at home, as well as a good instrument that they could play there. And the reason for that is it's hard enough to learn to master your instrument without having to constantly pick up your music off of the floor from the wire stand that you accidentally kicked.
Yeah.
So
Been there, done
we're
that.
seeing a lot of that. You bet. So we're seeing a lot of parents, bribe their kids. Hey, if you really practice, maybe you wanted that green music stand that would match your school colors and so on and so forth. That's worked out very well. So, and in fact, we've had a lot of, you mentioned jazz bands earlier, a lot of groups that have gotten their own special color to be used for their for their purpose and make them all look fabulous.
I think Principal will love the purple one, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a color. We have a clear desk music stand that we introduced a couple of years ago that's still pretty new. You may have seen this kind of concept on shows like The Voice, but it's been received great. And the interest is in the musician wanting to see the audience's reaction to their playing. The audience likes seeing the musician a little bit more of your facial feature or fingering on their instruments or whatever the case may be. And then we've also had some band directors that said, I like to be able to see through this thing so I can see which kid's getting on their cell phone or doing something that they shouldn't. So that's been a really hot item for us as we brought that out. We also brought the Noteworthy Music Stand collection to Manhasset. And these are, now we have, I believe, 15 designs from musical instruments to musical cymbals like treble clefs, that type of a thing.
Yeah,
they're laser cut from heavy duty aluminum, and they really look fantastic. So they really have an elegance of design, but they work tremendously well and will for many, many years. And they make an outstanding gift idea for everybody who's looking to get something for their musician as they go through their career. Really, really something cool for kids to have a look at and see.
Yeah, I see the picture of you guys with that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you had the picture of Stevie Wonder. It looks like with the president there, so that was pretty cool. We got about 3 minutes left in this, Dan.
Sure.
So I want you to continue on with your thought, but I just want to make you aware that we've got 3 minutes. Love to talk about the stands that have that you don't have to actually have a wind instrument stand by itself. You could have that combined. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that when I joined the company, I saw that we had the makings of a wind instrument system that we repositioned, we repackaged, and we have gotten a lot of cross-marketing on our packaging. But there's a single peg that can be purchased. It'll fit right down over the nut on the Manhasset music stand. These are simple, injection molded plastic and nylon that are so easy to put together and to take apart. And they're individual pegs for flute or clarinet, trumpet, that kind of thing. So that's under the wind instrument system. And if you'll look at any carton, you'll get some information about those products, or look online and we have more details there. As you mentioned earlier, our products are made in the USA, virtually all of them, including our components and our raw materials. We do everything we can to use as much American-made product components in the products that we make. And one interesting area that we got into a year ago or so was in a microphone stand design. So we now have color microphone stands that are available. It's the Corral microphone stand. They feature that solid Manhasset base and the shaft that you don't have to move a button or dial or that type of thing to be able to get that to the right height.
Oh, awesome. And then kind of last but not least, as we are moving into a minute here, LED lamps for the stands. So you guys have those as well.
And I'm looking at a really cool hi-hat drummer stand.
Yeah, no, there's some great stuff.
The percussion stands have become a really big area for us, and there's two designs there, one that'll fit on any drummer stand, another that is designed specifically for a hi-hat, has a little S shape to it, so it's easy for the drummers to read and read music, and no joke intended there. But you also mentioned the LED lamps have become huge sellers for us. We all know LED lighting from our homes, and they're adjustable heads. We're introducing a new, even more powerful model.
Hey, Dan, I hate to interrupt you, brother. That's that music going. Thank you for joining us here on Music Gear Talk on Intertalk Radio. Stay tuned for the next show. Stay on, Dan. We'll get off and talk a little bit.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Intertalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear from Eclectica Studios. I'm a full-time mixing and recording engineer. I work with Grammy winners, labels, and indie artists, using state-of-the-art digital mixing and restoration tools and the very best in analog gear. Really, though, it's my ability to bring tracks to life and fulfill your vision for your music. This has made me sought after by producers and artists worldwide. So spend your time working on music and not chasing a mix down a rabbit hole. Go to timdolbear.com and check out our free one-song mix offer.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
This is Jackie Bertoni from Jackie's Groove. Come join me weekly on my journey through the music business as I take you behind the velvet rope, interviewing industry notables such as Al DiMeola, Michael McDonald, and Al Jarreau, to name but a few. Listen to their stories on being in the studios recording #1 hits and onto the stages throughout the globe. Allow me to be your music historian. You can hear me live every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time or 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com. Ready to get your groove on?